Okay, so you wanted to start with?
This one.
Okay, let's reread Te Amo.
Amo a mi perro. Amo a mi gato. Amo a mi conejo. Amo a mi tortuga. Amo a mi rana. Amo a mi osito.
Excellent. All right, I want to go back to a couple of words in here. You know how we've been practicing taking words apart and breaking them? I want you to break a couple of the words in here. So if I was going to break the word gato, where would I break it? Can you say the two parts?
Ga.
Uh-huh.
To.
Nice. How about the word tortuga?
Tor.
Uh-huh.
Tuga.
Nice. And then one more. Rana.
Ran.
Where would
Ra.
Uh-huh.
Na.
Nice job. Rana. Good. All right. And then there was another one. What did it go? Soy un tigre.
Me gusta correr. Me gusta nadar. Me gusta
What do you see at the end there? That part. Ar, right?
ar,
That makes the R sound. So we know that comes at the end. Me gusta. What are they doing in the picture?
agarrar.
That's a good try with looking at the picture. But it starts with a J. And in Espanol, this letter says kind of like H in English. Me gusta.
Jugar.
Let's see if that looks right. Can you find jugar? There you go. Jugar. Okay?
Me gusta dormir. Me gusta tomar. Me gusta rugir. Soy un león. Un tigre.
Say, looking closely. Let's look at this word again. Rugir. Rugir. Got it? All right.
Yes.
Nice work.
I just eat. My mom didn't give me nothing. My mom didn't give me water because I tried to. Cause I just eat that, but she didn't give me water.
This morning, you mean? So are you trying to say you're thirsty?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how about right after our lesson we go straight to the water fountain and get you something to drink? Would that work? Okay. So we are going to read the second part of your chapter book, A Boat Ride, when Bella and Rosie and Olive went out on the boat. Do you remember this from Friday?
Mm-hmm.
How did Rosie feel about getting in the boat?
So, right.
Yeah, and how did Bella get her in there?
By tricking her.
Yeah, she tricked her. How did she trick her?
Yeah, like she said, when she get in the boat, she said, there are bones in the boat.
But
And there were no bones.
that's right. That was a pretty smart idea. All right. You're going to read A Boat Ride.
When Bella and Rosie come out of the water, their now friend Olaf. standing in it next
You're right. Next.
to a boat. Oh. Yo.
Hello.
Hello, said. Hello, Bella and Rosie. Let's, said Olaf. Look at that. That boat. Do you want to go for a boat ride? A boat ride, said Bella. That's so like so sounds like fun. I am afraid of boats, said Rosie. Come on, Rosie, said Bella. It will be fun. Olaf jumped into the boat. Come on, she said. Bella jumped into the boat. Oh, look, there are bones in the boat, said Bella. Bones, said Rosie. She jumped into the boat too. Then Rosie looked around. Bella and said, Rosie, there are bones. There are no bones, said in this boat. We can't need bones to have fun. Let's go for a ride, said Olaf. Here we go, said Bella. It's they're funny. Bella, you trick me.
Think about that word from your word cards. Bella, you tricked me.
Again, said Rosie. She looked made. I'm silly, said
Sorry,
said Bella. I want you to have fun. Will me?
Say those sounds. With. What's that ending sound?
That we practice?
We did practice, yeah. With. With. I wanted to have fun with
me in the boat.
All right, I'm going to read the rest for you. It is fun, said Rosie, but remember, tricking me isn't nice. I just love the beach, said Bella. I love the sand. I love the water. I love the clams. And I love the boat. Me too, said Rosie. Me too.
Like Bella and Rosie.
Yeah. Remember how the last chapter book you looked at the back and you saw Olive back there? Now you can see Bella and Rosie with two new friends at the beach.
This is Bella and this is
one,
Rosie.
That one's Bella, this one's Rosie.
With a haircut?
Maybe she did get a haircut. Looks a little shorter. Let's talk about some good things you did when you were reading. You were looking closely at words and trying to break them. Like on page 14, you found so, right? But that didn't quite help you with this word. Do you remember another word we said that has this ending? You knew it on this page.
Around?
That's right. So we know this part is and. Let's see if that helps us. And. What's that
Sound.
word? Yeah. So you found parts. You just didn't find the part that would help you. So next time you break this one, sound. Okay? Kind of like around. And then I was going to reread this part to you, and I want you to tell me how it sounds to you, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
She looked made. What do you think? Does that sound right?
No.
Not quite. And you were looking at the letters, and you were trying that long A sound. Ma-aid. Sometimes you just have to change it a little bit. Can you try a different sound in there? Well, what's another sound for A we could try? What's another sound for A? Like in the word at.
Animal?
What sound? Well, no, think about at. What sound does A make in the word at? You hear the sound that A makes?
After?
Ah. Let's try like an after. Let's try that ah sound. You ready? Start here with
Mad.
Let's see if that makes sense. She looked
mad.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It does, because she was mad that Bella tricked her. So be careful when you're reading. You're doing a great job looking closely. Remember, it has to make sense too, okay? So she looked made. Didn't quite make sense.
It's kind of like made and mad.
Yes, they're both a little bit the same because they both have A in the middle. But they're also different words. Made would have an E at the end, okay? How about this part too? When you said, it's they're funny.
No, it's...
Let's try it over here. See this little part here? Isn't
this funny?
Look at that word closely.
Funny.
Funny. Do you see that Y at the end? Let's try that again. Isn't this fun? Yes, isn't this fun? So remember, reading has to make sense and look right. I'm going to send that home with you one more day, okay? You did well, though. Just remember, when you're breaking apart words, it has to make sense, too. Okay. Break it. R, right? Like jugar and all those words that you read in your Spanish book. R, that's right. So I'm going to have you read some words that I make for you, okay? And it's going to have that R in the middle or at the end of it. Can you break that word?
Ark. Shark.
Nice job. I heard you go ark, shark. What if I changed sh to this letter? What letter is that?
B.
That's right.
Bark.
What kind of animal barks?
Dog.
A dog. What if I took bark and I put ed on the end? That's my new word.
Barked.
That's right. Ed sounds like t at the end of that one. Okay, so with gave you some trouble today, didn't it? Yes, it did. Because for some reason, th at the ends of words kind of messes you up a little bit. You get it at the beginning, just not at the end. Let's try it again. You broke it like this. With.
Both.
All right?
With.
That's right. And I think when you say it, sometimes you go with, like an F sound, and I think that's what's confusing you. So when you say it, you need to say with a TH at the end, okay? TH at the end. So if I do that, let's bring that TH back in a different word.
Bad.
Bath, you got it. And then what if I changed my A to an O?
Bar.
Try the other sound for O. O. Both. So this is bath. This is both. Like both of us are sitting here. All right, let's have you write some words, and then we'll move on to your writing. Can you write the word over from last week? Over.
O-R-V.
O-V. What's next?
R-I. No, E-E.
You write it and see what looks right. Okay, E looks right.
2 E's and an R.
Okay.
No, it's not like that.
Okay. It's not like that? What is it?
E. E must be E.
There's an R that comes next. Yeah, it's still kind of tricking you with that ending. So this is how you write over. O. Ver. Remember, is ER. Kind of like mother, brother, and sister. All right, write the word of. You got one more for me.
I just dropped that.
That's okay. That's okay. Try of. Super close. Oh, wait, is that an O? Or an A?
O.
Okay, just making sure. It kind of looked like an A. Good. Write over one more time. Over. You already wrote it, yeah, but I want to see if your brain can remember what it looks like. Over. That's of. I want you to do over. Over. There you go. Good. All right. Let's move on to your writing for today. You were talking about your brother this weekend and how he was acting a little crazy. Yeah. But then you were also telling me about China and the dragon dance. What would you like to write about today?
The dragon was so silly. The dragon was saving the China person.
Okay, so the dragon was so silly. The dragon was...
I will show you the dance.
I would love to see it. That would be great.
You need to run like this, then, oh my gosh, then you need to make like the hand to go like a dragon.
Very cool. You'll have to show me after we're finished today, okay? Yeah. Say that sentence back to yourself again.
The dragon was I went to the...
Was it a China show? I think I know which one you're talking about. The Shin Yu show? Yeah?
It was a real dragon.
Yeah, and you went to the big auditorium? Yes, I know that show came to town this week. So, I don't know what you want to call it. I would call it the dragon show or the China show. Either one would work, I think. You would know what you were talking about. What do you think? I went to the China show or I went to the dragon show?
I went to the dragon show.
Okay, how about you get that started?
I got a mistake.
Hold on, wait, before you do that, where do you think your mistake is?
The W.
What about the W?
It's so...
You think it's just not neat enough to read? Okay, but you do know that went still starts with a W, right? Okay.
I went.
Yeah, do the word went.
And?
How do you spell went? There you go. I went
to the...
Do you know how to spell it? If not, we gotta practice it.
It's a long word.
It's got about 6 letters in it. So try to spell dragon. loud. Keep going, honey.
E
Keep going.
and dragon.
Okay, so you heard pretty much all of the sounds. The thing that was tricky was the beginning. Dr is kind of like in the word drive or the word dry. Okay, it's DR, even though it doesn't really sound like it. The rest of it, dragon, and at the end it's an O, even though it doesn't sound like it. The rest of it, you got it. All right, dragon.
Dragon dance.
Dance, okay. Let's put dance up here and practice it real quick, just to make sure you got all your sounds. Interesting. Okay. So you got Dan, and then it sounds like an S, but it's actually a CE. That's not something you'd be able to hear, okay? Dance. But you got a lot of the sounds there. Go ahead and put it in your story. It's the first time I've seen you use an accent mark in your writing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
There you go.
C.
Can you make it into this? Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky there. CE.
C.
Mm-hmm. Keep reading. I put the top over here so it wouldn't bother you.
I went to the dragon dance.
Keep going.
And it was what has was
Try it over here. Was. It's something that was been on your word cards for a while now.
A
Mm-hmm.
S.
Nice. Write it one more time to remember it. One more time. W-A-S. Nice job.
What I'm seeing
What word is that?
was
Well, you got it. Nice job, Itzel. Go ahead and finish it up there.
fun. Funny? I've never heard fun.
Which one do you want to do? You want to do fun or funny?
Funny.
Okay, if you're going to do funny, clap the parts to funny. Funny. So you know you're still going to have to spell fun, and then we'll just add E to the end. So can you spell fun?
N.
Mm-hmm. And now to make it funny, kind of like this word. What's this word?
How. Hi.
That's the word happy. Mm-hmm. So happy has a Y at the end, even though it sounds like an E. Happy. So what do you think you're going to do at the end of this one?
Funny.
What are you going to put at the end?
These two letters?
Not the two, just the Y. Okay? Fun. And to turn it into funny, we add another N, and then we put a Y.
Another N?
Mm-hmm. And then a Y. Okay.
I'll try to do that.
I gotcha. Put that Y one more time. The Y. Because we already had a second N. There you go. And you can put your period. Did you and your mom go?
Uh-huh.
How about baby sister and brother? Did they go too?
My brother didn't because he been being real mean.
Oh, with all the kicking and hitting he's been doing?
Yeah.
I understand. Read it back to yourself and make sure it makes sense.
I went to the dragon dance and it was fun.
Fun?
Funny.
Funny, that's right.
That's not my word.
It was a long sentence.
Oh,
Can you put those back up there? That's okay. We got a lot of stuff on the table. It's easy to knock some things off while we're working. Thank you.
I went to the dragon dance. I went to the dragon dance and it was funny.
That's right. Let's look at dragon. What's the new part we learned today?
This
This. Yeah, what sound does that make? Drr. Let's cut it there, okay? Dragon. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you the telephone.
You're going to show me what?
It will be in the iPad.
Oh, yeah, we can look it up, can't we?
I said dragon.
And then you fixed it?
Yeah.
Good.
I went to the dragon dance and it was funny.
Nice work, Itzel.
My new book
Uh-huh.
is from another dog.
Actually, I went with something different this time. I felt like we've done a lot of Bella and Rosie books. I wanted to try something different today. It's called Mrs. Spider's Beautiful Web. And in this story, there's Mrs. Spider, of course. And do you know how spiders catch their food? How do they catch their food?
By going by the web, they got them.
That's right, they make a web. So, hold on one second. So you can see where Mrs. Spider is, right? And she has to make a beautiful web. Can you find the word beautiful on page 2? What letter would it start with?
B.
That's right. Can you say that word?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, that's right. So this right here is her first line that she makes. And you can see how she kind of lets it go. The wind blows it. So you can see she's making her line. Now this part is what is kind of neat about this book. Do you see what happens to the sentence?
She went
What happens to the sentence?
around and around.
Yeah, so instead of going straight across, the sentence goes around. She went around and around and around. So I thought that was kind of neat. We haven't had a book before where the sentence becomes a circle. I hope you don't get dizzy reading it. You're going to get dizzy, are you?
Dizzy.
So she's made a web. And how do the bugs get caught in the web? How does the web catch them?
They stick.
That's right, they stick. So she says it's very sticky. Can you find the word sticky?
Sticky.
Now, remember how we just made that word funny? And it had a Y at the end? Look, it's sticky. What does it have at the end?
A Y.
That's right. It's going to sound like E, sticky. That's right. So she has to wait.
Until the bug comes.
Exactly.
And the bug stick.
This bug did stick to her web. She's going to eat him for dinner. So after dinner, what has happened to her web? Yeah.
In this story.
Yeah, it got torn just a little bit. It got broken. Can you find the word broken on page 14? Broken. Right. And here's how we're going to start it. Broken. That's right. So then she has to make it all over again. And how does it look in the morning? Is it beautiful? Yeah, it's back to being beautiful again. Spiders have to work very hard to make sure their webs look good. All right, let's read Mrs. Spider's beautiful web.
Mrs. Spider was hungry. I'm going to make a web with.
Let's go back to that word. You said web, and then you changed your mind and said wed. So let's check. Let's check. Which one's B, which one's D? Show me. Which one's B? Okay, let's look at that one. Does it match?
Yes.
So what's that word?
Web.
Web.
Web. I'm going to make a
B.
beautiful web, she said. I wait to catch a fly.
I noticed you found parts for this word. What were the parts you found? What was this part?
Cat.
That's cat. And then when you put ch and put it together, catch. Let's go back to this word. You said wait to catch a fly. That makes sense, but that's not what wait looks like. Want. Want. We got to practice that word on your word cards. I want to catch a fly. Mrs. Spider.
Mrs. Spider made a line, and she listened it go in the wind.
Okay, you tell me about that part. Something tricked you here.
This one.
Yes, it did. That was the lip.
Leave.
Say those parts again. La. And you said eat. Leet. Is that a real word? Leet.
No.
Let's try that other sound for E.
E.
What's the other sound for E? Eh. Let's try that one. And she
let it go in the wind.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
She let it go in the wind.
The web
Blue.
The
Blew the
line onto a leaf.
That's right.
Mrs. Spider made some
more lines.
Said she went down well.
Careful, there's that word we made. With it. And she came back
up. Down and up, down and up. She went.
What is she doing? She worked
and worked.
That's right. She's a hard worker. Although this is the part where you go around. Now you don't have to turn the book. You could just follow your finger around.
I will not say that.
Good started. Then
I'm not messy. Then Mrs. Spider went around and around and said the web.
Inside. She went
around and around and around and around.
Nice job.
They were so busy.
Don't worry, that's the only part where it has that.
My web is beautiful, said Mrs. Spider. And it is very sticky. Now I can catch a fly.
You got it.
Mrs. Spider had hid.
She hid by
her sticky web. She sat and she sat and she sat.
So which one is it? Sate or sat?
Sat.
That's right. She sat and she sat and she sat. Let's go back to this little word. She sat there
all day.
That's right.
She was very, very hungry. Then
find the parts in that word. You can find them. Some.
Thing.
That's right. Bring those two together.
Something
did come
into her web. A fly. It can't go away. Said hungry
Mrs. Spider.
I will have the fly for my brothers.
Was that a B or a D?
D.
Yeah, I will have this fly for my D. Can you find the parts?
Dinner.
There you go. That says dinner. After dinner, what did she do? Let's see.
Mrs. Spider looked at her web.
Remember, it's broken.
Oh
no.
Said my.
Oh no, she said.
My beautiful web is broken. I will have to make it again. I will have to wait all.
This word, it's kind of tricky because you're not going to be able to find the parts until you know the parts. So it's kind of like in this word, right or ite. Let's see if that helps you. Ite. Can you bring this together? Yes, I will have to work all night. So she did. So she worked all night long. And let's see what it looked like in the morning.
And in the morning, Mrs. Spider went.
Go back to this word.
Web
Was
beautiful and angry.
Was beautiful angry? That's one of your word cards. You got it on this page. I will have to make it
again.
Mrs. Spider's web was beautiful again. You did lots of hard work today. Mondays are always a little hard because you haven't had practice over the weekend, but you did great with this book. Lots of hard work. Let's go back to a couple parts that we had to find. Do you remember the parts that you had to find for sat? That's right, 2 parts. At. When we bring that together to say sat. What about the parts for something?
Something.
That's right, something. How about the parts for dinner? Din. That's right, dinner. Nice job. Finding parts is what's going to keep you reading these harder books. Nice job, sweetie.